Right, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the ROM Racing League here at Belgium for round 14. Just going into qualifying here. Once again, it's a short qualifying session of 18 minutes for the drivers that we have today. It's about 11 from what I've counted. We'll see who comes out on top. Right, just waiting for everyone to ready up for a second. Here we go. Now we've got a dry qualifying session, which is good. We'll see who comes out the pits first, and let's hope for a good session. And looks we have one car coming out, possibly the Alpha of Ludlow. Oh, sorry, no, it was the AlphaTauri of Westons. So we've also got SLR Dacey, who's on an outlap as well. A few more drivers coming out of the pits as well, but we'll go back to Westons as he was the first driver out. Let's watch the number 25 car go around the lap. The iconic track. Well, the most iconic track on the calendar, I'd say. It's my favourite, no doubt. And it's probably most of these drivers' favourite. By the looks of it, we've got most people who are coming out here on the soft tyres. Only one guy on the mediums, which is Aki at the minute. Lorne, K-Mag and Drazy are still in the pits, but we'll go on board with Westons for his first lap. See how well he takes it. Right, coming up to Les Sources now. Nice entry on Les Sources. Great exit as well. It'll be nice and smooth on the throttle out of there to gain maximum speed up Eau Rouge and Radion and the Camel straight to Les Combes. You've got to spot your braking zone perfectly for the Les Combes chicane. Slightly missed the second apex, but very neat and tidy so far. Ooh, a little bit wide. And there, coming into No Name off Camber corner. Very hard to get this one right. And I think Westons went a bit too wide there. As his lap has been disqualified. Right, see who else is on a lap now. Let's see. We've got on board with Ludlow now. Very nice lap so far, nice and tight going into the Les Combes chicane. Nicely done from Ludlow. Nice and neat and tidy so far. Just behind one of the Mercedes cars there. Looking like a very good lap so far from Ludlow. Let's see how he does in Pouhon. Very nice and neat, the Mercedes gets out of his way. Like nice lap so far from Ludlow. All he has to do now, foot flat to the floor, and brake as late as you dare for the bus stop chicane. First quality lap in for Dwaynesworth of 42.9, and James has just pipped it with a 42.5. And what will Ludlow do here over the line? A 42.6, nice lap there. And Rooney just pips him as well for 42.1. Let's see anybody else on a flying lap. We got. Yeah, it looks like we got possibly K-Mag on a flyer. Or is it? No, he's probably on an outlap. Actually, looking at it. Sorry. Back on board with Weston, see if he's going for another lap. Neat and tidy through the bus stop chicane from Weston's and see what he comes over the line. 42.3, good lap from Weston's there. Very good lap. I say, and Aki, the medium runner, on a 43.1. He's in touch on the mediums, so we'll see how that goes throughout the session. See if he just sticks with that lap time. See if he can get into that top 10. Let's see Drazy here. Drazy and I think Lorne are the other two guys that are coming for a lap. Very nice and tidy there through the bus stop chicane from Drazy. 42.2. Very tight at the front of the field here so far. And K-Mag is on a outlap at the minute. Or an in lap maybe. I'm not entirely sure with K-Mag. I think his lap's been invalidated, so we got the two racing points here on outlap. On outlaps. I think Dacey will be the first one to come to the line to start his flyer. See how Dacey does. We'll see how both actual racing points do. See if they can both get out the front and have some team. Mercedes currently occupying the front row, ahead of Rooney. little bit wide on the apexes there for Lake Kane. But other than that, it's been a good first sector. Good line through these corners. No name. Don't run wide constantly, as that is an off-camber corner. Can't afford to lose time through there. If I didn't poo on, that'll cost him a little bit of top-end speed, but not been the tidiest of laps. A lot of apexes so far been missing the middle sector from Dacey. Could just be a banker lap for him at the minute, but we'll see what his time is over the line. That's a 44 flat from Dacey. I think that's just a warm-up lap, and K-Mag's done the same. He's 8.3. But let's see what Stubbsy does here. One of the title protagonists. Leaving his first 8. You'd like to think he would be up there around Belgium. And he's cut the final corner too much. He's got to rely on his final run. He'll have to make it count. Let's see anybody else on out laps here. We got Rooney here on a flying lap by the looks of things. And back out on the soft tyre. So far neat and tidy through the first sector. Looks like we have a spinner in Pouon. Hopefully that will clear before anyone on a lap gets there. Looking good so far from Rooney. Hopefully may well be an improvement, but we'll see what the far middle sector brings for him. See if he's up on his time. He is. He's got a purple middle, so he could well be up on his best lap here. You see the first guy go into the 41s. Good so far through the buff. Very nice chicane, and should hopefully be a 41 from Rooney. Just see a 41.6. That's the new benchmark. Saying James, he's improved slightly to a 42.1. Up onto the second row ahead of Drazy and Westerns. See on board now with again Ludlow. He's just started a flying lap, his second one of the session. So we also got Westerns on a flying lap. Oh, see what he does as he's the closer to the line. It's looking very good so far from Westerns. Let's see if his middle's purple. It is. That's hopefully another improvement for Westerns. Could he be the second man into the 41s? And here he comes across the line. Yes, a 41.9. Benchmark is getting faster and faster. There's Rooney and Westerns in the 41s. We've got Lorne just outside the 41s. Let's go to Ludlow because he was the next guy on a lap. I've seen just coming into the final sector. See if he can improve on his 42.6. Just make sure he spots his braking zone perfectly for the bus stop. Very nice through there. Let's see what he brings him. See what this brings him. A 42.1, just behind James. Stays on the third row, just goes ahead of Drazy. Very tight session so far. Got 3 minutes to go, and I'm pretty sure that will be Ludlow's last run. Can't get back and out in time, unfortunately. So we'll have a dash, but I don't think Westons and Ludlow will be able to have another lap. Be very tight. Westons might, but I don't think Ludlow can. People coming out on an outlap here. We got Drazy's the first man out, I believe, or is he not? No, it's Dacey, sorry. Dacey's back out on the medium tyres. So obviously wants strategy, so we'll see how the medium tyres play. So we got Dacey, Drazy, Aki, Wainsworth and K-Mag all out so far for their final runs. Top 4 yet to come out, although look at the pits. And obviously ABR Stubbsy has yet to set a lap time, still in the pits. See if he decides to come. Not a lot of time left for people that, if they are coming out. Stubbsy looks like he's retired from the session. So we'll with Dacey as he is the first one to go for a lap. See how he does. Slightly wide for the source. And his lap is gone. Lap is gone. But he will be in the top 10 thanks to Stubbs' retirement. Let's see who is next on lap. I think it was Drazy. Yes, it was. Let's get on board with the Ferrari driver. See how he goes. We can have a slight tow from Dacey there. Through Lecombe. Now this middle sector is where you have to hook it up if you want that good lap. Good so far. Now he goes through Pouon. This should be very slight lift, not much, but nice lap so far. Let's see what this sector brings him. He ran a bit wide, so it's invalidated, unfortunately. Let's see what a lap is. It's Wainsworth here. He's on a lap. See if he can improve on his 42.9. Get a bit closer to the pack ahead of him. So very good there through the final chicane. And what will he do over the line? 42.6 improvement, but stays in the same place. And let's see, we've got JF1 James, and looks like Rooney is also on a lap there, the last 10 to finish. Let's see if James can move up to the front row. We've got 3 guys now in the 41s with Lorne on. James has given up on his lap. Let's see if Rooney decides to finish his lap, or will he box it? As effectively already on. He is going round, seeing if he will improve. No, he has backed out of it. Final qualifying results. 3 drivers in the 41s with the Mercedes pair on the front row ahead of Lawn. We've got Wessons and JF1 James on the second row. Ludlow and AB Drazy on row 3. Aki, AMG and Dwaynesworth on row 4. RSF1 K-Mag and Dacey on row 5. And without a time, Stubbsy in 11th. We are just waiting for now for the drivers to sort out their strategies for the race, and then once they've done that, we will get going. Looking at the race at the minute, we'll see if dry or if the weather changes as it. Very unpredictable weather for this track. Right, looks like we're about to get going. Everybody is ready. Just go on the formation lap now. So I'll run through the grid in a second again. Once the cars get going. let's get it going. Let's run through the field. Rooney to the hole in the Mercedes, followed by his teammate Lorne in second. And we got Westons in the AlphaTauri in third, JF1 James in fourth in the Red Bull, Ludlow F1 in fifth in the Alfa Romeo, AB Drazy in the Aki AMG in McLaren, and we got Dwaynesworth in eighth in the Renault. We would have ninth, but he's not doing the formation lap. Have SLR Dacey in, along with his teammate Stubbsy in 11th at the back. So, implications with Stubbsy at the back, Rooney on pole. See how the race pans out, but Rooney you'd think, advantage of this and try and gain back some points in the championship battle. With Stubbsy currently on 257, Rooney is on 245, so hopefully perfect opportunity Rooney to gain back on his rival. And Lorne is currently in third, ahead of the chasing pack, a little bit on his own, so he would be liking to consolidate his third in the championship from James, who's in fourth and fourth on the grid. And then we have very field really with points. We got Celtic in fifth. We got K-Mag, Westons, Ludlow, Yanni Ans, and then Drazy, rounding out the top 10 of points. Let's say race. Everybody should get enough tyre temp and brake pressure and brake temp on this warm-up lap. We'll see how the start of the race pans out. Have a very tight first corner here at La Source. Hopefully there'll be no accidents with the 11 drivers that we have. Here we go, lights are on, let's get racing. And 5 lights are on. And out for the Belgian Grand Prix. Looks like Stubbsy, Westons has got an excellent start there. He's challenging Rooney around the outside. And it looks like, we have a crash in the background. That looked like Ludlow. And we have Westons up from third into the lead. Up to the Kemmel straight now. Can Rooney get the lead back from him? JF1 James has had a good start as well. He's up to third. And looking for the inside. And takes the lead back off Westons. Very good start to the race here. Now pull out a lead on the pack, or will the rest of the guys challenge him? So we got Westons there in third. Let's see position changes, if any, off the start. There we go. So Westons and James up one. Lorna's lost a couple. Everybody else is getting K-Mag and Ludlow, who have lost positions. I'm pretty certain it was Ludlow who had that spin at the back of the pack. Does he have any damage? He does, so his strategy will be changing immediately, and hopefully get himself back into contention later on. Let's get back to the front of the field though and see how everything's shaping out. Right, so at the end of lap 1 we got Rooney leading from Westons, JF1 James, and Drazy has just got past Lorne, who I think has made a mistake. Or is he in the pit? No, I think Lorne has just made a mistake. Again. So he's dropped a few positions. Randomly he's a ghost as well, so... got a couple of random ghost cars, but they are racing hard, so hopefully those guys are still here. Got the intervals going a bit manic at the minute, but there we go, they've reset themselves, that's perfect. Rooney still leads from Weston's by 7/10. Very line astern at the minute. Stubbsy's up to the field. See how Ludlow can do with his alternate strategy now, probably on the hards, and is. So Ludlow will probably be trying, you'd think, to get to the end on one stop and seeing how field. So we've got a nice tight battle here with Stubbsy trying to get past Dwaynesworth now, right on his rear bumper. Will he be getting past? Got rogue blue flags for some reason, don't know why. Everybody is on the lead lap, so there should be no blue flags. And Stubbsy's up the inside of Dwaynesworth at the bus stop. Dwaynesworth hanging in tough around the inside, but Stubbsy gets the move done. And he's up to 7th place. Just what he needs in the early stages to pick off as many drivers as possible to get nearer to his championship rival, Rooney, who's leading the race. He's got over a second now. He's just outside of DRS range. Will Weston's have DRS? Very tight one. He does not, but James has DRS. Can he make a move going into? And he does so, up to 2nd place for the Red Bull driver. Those two have pulled away a little bit from Lorne, who's I'm assuming we just had a little bit of a glitch there with the timings. I thought he was in 7th, but he actually wasn't. Now we got Lorne he's clinging on ahead of Drazy at the minute. Needs to regroup after getaway. Very much line of stone. Aki beginning to fall away a little bit from Drazy behind. With Stubbsy putting him under pressure. Right behind him again. Will Stubbsy make another move into the bus stop chicane? On consecutive laps here. The more he makes now, the better his race end result. The better his race will be, I should say. And not quite close enough this time. But you'd think he'd probably make a move down the Kemmel Straight into Lecombe, where he's at. Let's see. We've got Dracy, the next closest man behind a guy, just behind Lorne. It's a move now going up the hill. Up Eau Rouge and Radion. Weston's is making a move on James here again. Trading positions again. Weston's is back up to P2. Stubbsy's not quite close enough to make a move on Aki. So Drazy is still right behind Lorne here. Very tight midfield. Lorne looks like he's actually managed to gain on James, who's fallen away a little from Weston's there in the middle. So he's going to come under pressure from the Mercedes driver and the Ferrari driver. See, Stubbsy still. Oh, Stubbsy has got past Aki now. Missed that somewhere. Must have got past in the middle sector somewhere. But he's up to 6th. Coming up to Drazy now. See, we got James now. He's back in on Weston's a little bit. Will he be making a move again down the Kemmel Straight? He's gaining and gaining, you'd think he will. And it does, makes it look easy. Weston's is back down to 3rd. saying, these front pull away a little bit from Aki, who is now just outside zone. We're still just about clinging on. Rooney has got a bit nice gap on James now. It's at 2.1 seconds. And growing at the minute. See, Westons has stayed very close to Jeff. Can he make a move going towards bus stop? Or will he save it for the DRS of Kemmel Straight? Probably would say the latter. A lot of straight line speed in his Red Bull. Stubbsy looks like he's making a move on Dre's the source. And he does so. Up to 5th now, the championship leader. And will Drazy make a move on him again? He's stayed right with him. Don't think Drazy's going to have enough on him, but and Stubbsy does manage to hold on to that 5th place. Very good battle from 2nd to 6th here. Everybody trading places predominantly every lap, you'd say. Although James has managed to stay ahead of Westons for one at the head of this train. Just eating into Rooney's hands if they can keep pulling away up in the lead here. So Wadaki just clinging on. Everybody very much line astern so far in the early running here. Predominantly on the same tyres. You have a few guys on different strategies, both racing points on the mediums. I think K-Mag was also on the mediums, and we got Ludlow at pit stop hards. Let's just double check to make sure. Yeah, oh, that's right. And we've got people pitting already early on. James and Lorne of early stoppers, tyres. See how this pans out for them. See if they can get the jump or catch up to Rooney in the lead. Undercut. Leaves Westons 3.5 seconds behind Rooney now. So Rooney's got a nice lead out. And Stubbsy is now right end of Westons now. Very much line of stern. The closest battle is between Stubbsy and Westons. Can Stubbsy get past Westons at the bus stop here? Or will Westons be pitting now just to try and hopefully stay ahead of James, or jump James, overcut, and stay ahead of Lorne? Stubbsy's not close enough to make a move in the bus stop, but will Weston cover the other two? And he does. We'll see how that pans out for him in a minute. After his start, is now into the lead, as Rooney has also pitted. So we got Stubbsy and Drazy. So Drazy is the longest runner, along with Dwaynesworth. The soft tyres. Everybody else has either pitted or started on the medium and tyre. Imagine see how long they would go on this tyre. Can't imagine it would last much longer, but the extend the stint, if you're kind to your tyres, will be better for you at the end of the race. Rooney has come out of James, who's kept his 2.5 second lead, and Westons is still right with James, but Lorne has lost a bit of time in the pit stop phases there. Westerns couldn't quite do the overcut, but he's got 1 lap younger tyres. Can he make that count? I do apologise for the technical fault.